wonderful day it is today. Having a nice walk through my yard. Truly incredible. Wow. Wait a minute. What are you doing in my yard? More importantly, why are you playing with those brain dead toys?
Brain dead? What are you talking about? These things have a lot of physics behind them.
Like?
Well, there's friction, rotational motion, moment of inertia, all that jazz.
Really? Just in one spin?
Yeah, just in one spin.
Wow. I'm glad I finally got rid of that weird yard fidget spinner guy. Well, now I'm just gonna do a book, sit down and read.
Hello, Brian. Ready to learn about friction?
How do you get here? Listen, tell me more about friction and fidget spinners.
Well, you see, friction is the resistance of motion that one object or surface experiences when moving over another.
Oh, so how does that work in a fidget spinner?
Well, you see these caps right here? Inside of those things are what you call ball bearings. I actually have an example of one right here. Basically, these ball bearings are what actually make the fidget spinner spin. Yes, my compatriot Michael Ginger can actually tell you more about it.
When did you get here?
Hello, Brian. So,
wait, how do you know my name?
As Ryan said before, there are ball bearings in the center of a fidget spinner. As you can see here, if you can see it, there are balls inside this bearing, giving it the name ball bearing. The balls inside the bearings are spinning independently on the inside surface of the bearing itself, which is a form of rolling friction. On the other hand, if there are no balls inside the bearing, and yet they were still able to spin, that would be a form of sliding friction.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
I don't know.
Cool.
So if a fidget spinner had no balls in it, then it would be spinning for a fraction of what it would normally spin. Sliding friction refers to the resistance created by two objects sliding against each other. As you can guess, rolling friction is much weaker than sliding friction. So here's an experiment showing
So
this.
Michael, what's this experiment you're setting up?
Alright, this experiment is about whether an object experiencing rolling friction or an object experiencing sliding friction will go farther. So, Brian, which one do you think will go farther?
I think the sphere will.
Alright, we'll see. Alright, as you can see, the ball actually went further because its point of contact is constantly changing while the block only has one point.
Interesting.
So this is why ball bearings are actually good.
And effective, right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good explanation Michael gave me about friction. I just have one question about the experiment, why he used same material for the sphere and the block. I mean, I wonder if material has anything to do with the ball bearings and if it affects performance.
That's a good question, Brian. Here, follow me. I'll go answer that question for you. Okay, Brian. To answer your question, yes, material does matter when it comes to fidget spinners. You know, ceramic and stainless steel are the two most common materials used in fidget spinners. Here we have a stainless steel spinner and a ceramic spinner. Ceramic spinners spin longer than stainless steel spinners because ceramic bearings are rounder with a smoother surface and more uniform in size. This makes it so friction is reduced, which can cause less resistance to the spinner. Additionally, ceramic doesn't rust, further adding to less friction. Pretty interesting, right?
Wow.
So as you can see, the stainless steel fidget spinner is already done, while the ceramic spinner is still going.
Dude, that's crazy.
Okay, Brian, now that we've covered friction, let's move on to rotational motion.
Man, I'm glad those weird fidget spinner physics guys are gone. That was a weird weekend. Oh, now I gotta get to class. What?
Hey, are you ready to learn about rotational motion?
No, what are you doing here?
Well, you see, rotational motion is pretty essential in actually explaining how fidget spinner works. So, rotational motion is the motion that follows a curved path around an axis.
Wait a minute. That's like moment of inertia, right? It's resistance, angular acceleration?
Yeah, my compatriot.
Okay, Brian. So the first thing you need to know about moment of inertia are the two factors that affect their mass and radius.
Wait, radius is the distance from the center, right? And mass is not matter in an object?
Correct. So as you know, moment of inertia is the resistance to angular acceleration. going to rotate them at the same speed, just like this. Alright? Ready, set, go. Man, you're pretty weak, Brian. You should probably hit the gym more often. Just kidding. Okay, so since I'm in good sport, we'll try again, but this time we'll switch poles, okay? And these are the same mass, so you don't want to have an excuse to lose again. Alright.
I don't want to lose.
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, who's the weak one now, huh? Maybe you should be punk.
Alright, fine. But actually, the reason that I lost was because of the physics. So in this pole right here, the mass of the object is located on the exterior of the pole, like here and here. But on the red stick, the mass is located on the center, here and here. So basically, the radius for the radius from where the center of the axis is to the mass is shorter in the red stick than in the blue stick.
That's interesting.
So basically, the moment of inertia is less in the red stick than the blue stick.
Oh, so that's why I was looking at the second time you were in the first time, right?
That is right. So in a fidget spinner, there are many different kinds, right? There's some 2-pronged ones, 3-pronged ones, 4-pronged ones. Yeah, just like that. Some of the 2-pronged ones have a smaller radius than the 4-pronged ones. My companion, my teacher, can explain that one day.
Okay, Brian. As Ryan said earlier, the two variables involved with moment of inertia are mass and radius. Moment of inertia can be expressed in the equation I equals mr squared. As you can see, since radius is squared, it has a greater influence on moment of inertia. This means to calculate the moment of inertia, all we need are the mass and the radius of these three fidget spinners here. I took the time of already measuring each of these variables earlier. So, the 2-pronged mass equals 0.063 kilograms, and its radius is about 0.03 meters. And while the 3-pronged is a mass of 0.0455 kilograms, radius equals 0.04 meters. And the 4-pronged has a mass of 0.05 kilograms, and its radius equals 0.04 meters as well. So you can see here that the 2-pronged spinner actually has a greater mass compared to the rest of them, but a smaller radius than the other spinners. Let's see how that affects the moment of inertia. And moment of inertia, as we said before, equals I equals mr squared. So it should be 0.063 times 0.03 squared. For this 2-prong, it should be 0.0455 times 0.04 squared. For the 3-prong, and it should be 0.05 times 0.04 squared for the 4-prong. This all equals up to 0.0000567 kgm squared and 0.0000728 kgm squared and 0.00008 kgm squared. So according to these computations, the 2-pronged fidget spinner should spin the longest, followed by the 3-pronged spinner, then the 4th-pronged. Here, let's see if my calculations are correct. So, Brian, while we wait for these spinners to spin, do you want to know who made the fidget spinners?
No, not really.
Okay, well, the person who invented the toy is named Catherine Henninger.
Oh, yeah. I heard something about how the inventor of the fidget spinners isn't making any money, right?
That's correct. As you know, patent holders have to pay a periodic fee to hold their patents. Catherine filed for the patent in 1993. However, she stopped paying for the fee in 2005, which ended her patent. And even if she didn't stop paying her fee, she would still be missing out on all the money she would be making because her patent would have expired in 2013, just a few years before it became such a huge phenomenon.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I mean, it's actually patent, so, but that must stink to be her.
Yeah, and ironically enough, the inventor of the fidget spinners is still facing financial struggles today. She'll definitely be licking her wounds after finding out that the fidget spinner industry is worth upwards of $500 million.
Whoa, that's a lot of money.
So as you can see, I was right again. The two-pronged spinner spins the longest while the 3- and 4-pronged spinners spin the shortest.
Wow, wait, but the 4-prong spin the least, then the 3-prong, then the 2-prong.
Yeah, that's what I said before, Brian.
She said it spun the shortest.
Okay, you know what? Do you have any questions besides your idiocy?
You know what? I do have one question. Why does this spinner feel so weird when you spin it back and forth? Like
Well,
this.
You know what? That's a pretty good question, actually, Brian. Well, you see, when the spinner starts spinning, it just wants to keep spinning. This comes from Newton's first law of motion, which states that an object in motion stays in motion unless opposed by an exterior force.
Wait, that's called inertia, right?
Yes, you're actually right about that. When the spinner is spinning, it is resisting that motion. That's why it feels weird when you move the spinner around while it's spinning. The spinner wants to keep spinning, which is why it feels like it's going against the motion when you move it.
Interesting. Wow.
Okay, Brian. Now that you've learned everything you need to know about a fidget spinner, we're going to quiz you now. Here, go take a quick 5-minute break, and when you're done, come back and we will test you.
Man, I'm not taking any tests. All this guy thinks he is. Get out of here, man. I don't think he sees me.
Where do you think you're going, Brian? Time for your quiz. Alright, first question. Which type of material bearing does the spinner last longer?
Ceramic.
Second question. What type of spinner, 2-prong, 3-prong, or 4-prong, spins the longest?
2-prong.
Third question. How much could the inventor of the fidget spinner be making if she hadn't messed up her patent?
$500 million.
That's good. Alright. What type of friction is involved in the bearings of a fidget spinner?
Rolling friction.
Interesting. Okay. You're ready. Brian, I need to tell you why I've been doing all of this. Me and Michael have been doing all this to you. So, we have a legacy, and I need to pass that legacy down to you.
Wow, what a beautiful day. I love my yard.